Well, hello, our little lifers. I'm Mark.
And I'm Donna.
Hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And guess what? The brisket won.
The brisket won. We did a little survey in our video where we made shrimp tacos, and we asked what you guys would rather see us, either fillet or brisket.
And the brisket edged it out.
I was going for fillet.
Filet will be next.
Yeah.
So anyway, quick tip. Costco.
Yeah.
We get a lot of our meat at Costco, and we have a business Costco center, and that's where they serve restaurants and things like that. And so they recently built a new Costco down the street, which is more of the retail side.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went to pick up the brisket, and the price was $7.
$7.99, I think is what
a pound. And Donna's like, I called her, and she said, no, that's not good. And she suggested, hey, go over to the business center. And I went over there, and we got this whole brisket for $4.09 a pound. So Costco tip, if you have a business center near you, go there.
Give that a whirl.
Yeah,
because they have better deals on.
Yeah, because they sell to restaurants and everything. Yeah. And you get things by the case. So anyway, wanted to share this simple in the oven brisket recipe, and these tacos are phenomenal.
It could be easier, and we kind of did a copycat version of a little restaurant that's in Atlanta. And
same where we got the shrimp tacos.
Yeah, when we discovered this restaurant, and it's not close to us, so it was like a pain. We were so like jonesing for these tacos again. We would like make a trip into Atlanta just
for the
to
tacos.
Get them. And I was like, I got to figure out how to make these.
Yeah. So really, this is so awesome, and it's so simple. A lot of people get intimidated by brisket when you think about having to smoke it and all that stuff. This is in the oven. So we'll give you our recipe, and then of course this is the entire brisket. So it's got the flat and then the end cap. So it's the entire brisket. So sometimes you can go and just get the flat. And of course,
you usually are going to pay more per pound.
For it. But regardless of, for budget-wise, and being able to make multiple meals out of this, because obviously it's the two of us, we're going to cut this one in half, weigh it, and we're going to cook the flat first, and then we're going to freeze this, or go ahead
and use that later
and cook another round. So anyway, it's very simple. You just want to get equal measurements of coarse ground pepper, granulated garlic, not garlic powder, granulated garlic, and granulated onion,
and salt,
and salt. And we use the pink Himalayan salt. So kind of little tips is it needs to be granulated onion and granulated garlic, because the flavor is so much different with it being granulated. So it's literally just equal parts. We have 2.5, 3 cups?
About 2.5 cups of water.
Yeah. And that goes down into this pan under here, because that's where
all of our juices are going to drip down into there, and that's what the meat's going to go back into. And
it's so good. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to mix this up. I'm going to cut the brisket, and then we will be back and we will season it up. So see you in a minute. All right, we have cut the brisket. We leave a good bit of the fat on there, and we're going to cook it with
that's fat, where all your flavors going to come from.
Fat up, and we also save the fat and trimmings of any time we do this. And when we get enough, Donna cooks it down to make tallow.
Now, keep in mind too, what we've done is we've done 3 tablespoons of each of the seasoning. So there's 3 tablespoons of salt, pepper, granulated garlic, and granulated onion. We're not going to use all of that on here. I would say maybe at least 1.5 tablespoons of it.
But be very generous.
Be very generous.
Super generous.
Yeah, because that's going to give you so much flavor too. But we also have the other half, so we'll just put this away and use it for the next one when we do it. And we cover the whole thing, sides and everything. And we do it over the sink. I think the cat just came in. I'll be right back. That is why the cat doesn't live in the house. Okay, you chased her. Come on. Come on. You did a good job saving the house from the cat.
Nice spoon right there. So
I haven't mentioned that the dog does not like the cat. And we keep that back bedroom shut so she can come in the doggy door. And I forgot to shut it just a minute ago. So apparently she showed up in the hallway.
All right. Put some more on there.
Yes. All right. You got to get your hands in there because my hands are actually clean.
And also another little tip, we're going to go ahead. You want to put 2 to 3 cups of water down in the pan.
And all those drippings are going to go down into there and make the most delicious juice for this to put your meat back into. And I would say with a piece this big, I usually do about 2.5 cups. If I had a larger piece, I would probably do 3 cups because it's going to have to cook in there according to the weight of it.
Another little tip. When you put the foil on, you want to crimp it super tight around all the edges because it will...
You want this sealed because it's going to hold all that moisture in there. Keep your piece of meat nice and juicy. And literally, when I ate this brisket at the little Mexican restaurant and was in love with this, it was so good that I thought, you know, I don't know how complicated this is going to be. And when I went and looked for a copycat recipe, I just thought, there's no way it's that simple. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking it's got to go on the smoker for 12 hours. Or, you know, it's just something that's the man job, you know. And when I made it, I was like, there's literally no way it's going to be this simple. And it is. It tastes exactly like the restaurant. And when I get it in the oven, too, I don't really check it, but maybe once. And the reason that I do, honestly, the only thing I check it for is to make sure that this foil has stayed nice and sealed. Because it has come out. You know, there's steam is going to build up in there and it will come loose sometimes. So that's why you want to get it really good in there and it'll sort of like tent up over this. But I'll just check it maybe in a couple of hours. But this is going to be in there for like 4 hours. And I would say it's approximately an hour a pound.
So we do convection bake on 300.
On 300.
Another little tip, we've had this happen. Since there's water in here, be careful when you carry it over, and especially when you take it out. So anyway, we're going to pop this in the oven in about an hour and a half. It's going to start smelling tremendous in here.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good.
So we're going to stick it in the oven, and we will see you guys when it's ready.
All right, we've just pulled this beautiful piece of meat out of the oven about 30 minutes ago. It's just been sitting here under the foil steaming, and it is still probably too hot to even break down at all. So we're going to take it, put it on the cutting board and let it cool off, and we're going to get it shredded up and put it back in the juices that are underneath that over there, because that is where the flavor is. And in the meantime, I'm going to make a lemon cream sauce because I want to make myself some enchiladas. And it is one of the recipes that was at this restaurant, and it is so good. Mark is going to make himself probably a taco with it. And so he'll have some coleslaw on it.
Jalapeno coleslaw.
Jalapeno coleslaw, maybe some cheese on there, some melted cheese on there. So I'm going to make the lemon cream sauce right now while this is cooling down. All right, this is this is the beauty of having a brisket that's this size. And excuse coughing in the background. That is my little old dog who is in congestive heart failure. So he just coughs a lot. You can make so many different flavors with this. And the lemon cream sauce is something that, while it's not like a Mexican dish, and I know I said we got this from a Mexican type of restaurant, but this is one of the recipes that I stole or copycatted from them. When you're doing something like this or having for us, it's a big cut of meat because it's just the two of us. I can take this tomorrow and turn it into like pot roast. Put it with some gravy, you know, some good old Southern collard greens or something like that. And I don't know what else. Mashed potatoes, babe. We could just have a good old Southern meal. But today I'm going to make myself an enchilada with this lemon cream sauce over the top of it. So we're going to let that flour and the butter brown just a little bit. And then we're going to, and I'm making a half of the recipe, but I will put the recipe to this and it'll be the full recipe. Just for the two of us, I just don't need that much. Because this was about a tablespoon and a half of butter and I think a tablespoon and a half of flour. And then we'll have a cup and a half of chicken stock. And I think it's 3/4 of a cup of sour cream and then the juice of half a lemon. So we'll let this start to thicken up a little bit. Turn this up and let it get a little hotter. And once this is thickened up, we're going to add our sour cream and our lemon juice to this. And it is going to be delicious. All right, it is thicker. We're going to get our sour cream in here now, along with the juice of a half a lemon. And I may or may not need salt in here. I'll know in just a minute. All right. I've got it turned down on low. We're going to give this a little taste and see. Yeah, we need some salt. Oh, that is delicious. All right. We're going to get this put together. Give it a taste test for you guys. I cannot wait.
Yep.
All right, we're going to chop our meat up and put it back in the juice that dripped down in the bottom of that pan. And because this was the flat, we probably should have mentioned this. It does not take as long to cook as the end piece because it's flat, obviously. So this, like I said, I would imagine this was probably about 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And it was about 3.5 hours.
And if you want to put the fat down when you go to process it or whatever, it just peels right off and the fat will be left.
It just comes right out of that.
And if you like it stringy like that, you don't have to chop it up. But we
like it chopped up. Makes it easier to eat.
So we're going to finish chopping this up, and then we're going
to
plate us up some tacos and some
an enchilada,
and we'll be right back. Yes. And another little tip: there's so much garlic and onion and pepper and salt on the top that when you do chop it up or whatever, put it back in the juices, just kind of mix it around and it'll help knock that top layer off and it will blend the flavors better so it won't be as potent being on the top pieces.
All right, I'm going to make mine like I like them and Mark is going to make his like he likes them. And I like the enchiladas.
Hurry up, woman.
I am hungry. Look at all that. Oh, it's so juicy and good.
And there's so much to do with the leftovers as well.
Kidding. Yes.
can put it over rice. What was that? You made a Cuban dish with some of it one time.
Yes. I don't even really remember, but I'm going to roll mine up like this and just put this lemon cream sauce over the top while he's making a taco.
Now just go with this and the cheese and the jalapeno coleslaw. And the jalapeno coleslaw recipe was done in the shrimp taco episode. Yeah. So if you want to go check out the jalapeno coleslaw recipe, you can do that. There. And I don't really add salsa or nothing to.
Yeah, I think at the restaurant they serve it with pico de gallo, and you know, I love that, and so does Mark, but we don't happen to have any. So that is what's going down here.
All right. We're going to give it a taste.
Yeah, you ready to dig in? All right. It is time. Are you ready?
Time for the Get Messy Bite test.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we've had this.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Cheers.
See if I can get this on my fork and not drop it. It's not really. Cheers. Oh my God. It's so good. It is as good as I remember it every time I eat it.
All right, guys. I'm Mark.
And I'm Donna.
And this was the brisket episode.
And we're going to eat this right now.
Welcome to our little life. Try the recipe. Let us know what you think. Yeah. And enjoy. Catch y'all next time.